Can you think of any vertical videos you've done that have been your highest performing videos and how those came together? Like was it a trending audio? And what are some lessons that maybe some of your breakout videos taught you?
Yeah, so really it comes down to these four things. The first thing is that the video had an element of polarity to it. And by polarity, it kind of hit it in a couple ways. It was one, the nature of the content itself. I was combining two things that people would normally never combine, like Excel and dancing. And that sparked that conversation. That got people who, might not even be interested in Excel. They're like, what is this girl doing, And that really is what got my videos off the ground. And then the video that I'm envisioning in particular also had an additional layer of polarity to it. It's where I showed how to do an Excel tip in one way, where there were like four other options. So instead of being like, here are the four ways you can break text out of your cell, it was I showed one way. And by just showing one, it actually created conversation around it because people are like, why'd you use Flashfill and not the text to columns tool, And that also created conversation. A second thing is the storytelling element. So I typically will jump into actual characters, especially if I want to underlay trending music and do things without speaking. I'll just dress as different characters, label myself on the screen, and kind of create this narrative around the content. So that way, even if someone has seen that Excel tip before, they still might be commenting and relating to it because they're like, oh, like this has happened with my boss before, things like that. Third thing is problem solving. So making sure in the first 2 seconds of that video, I'm showing a problem and quickly how I solve it. And then I get into the video because that's usually my hook for getting someone in, especially in the Excel space. It's like, how is this going to save me time? How is this going to make me more efficient? And then the fourth thing really is just going in and having that authentic energy. So people can tell on a subconscious, subtle level if you are uncomfortable on screen. So I will go through multiple times and make sure that how I feel on the inside is what is showing up on the outside, on the other side of that screen, because that's what really builds that trust with your audience, right? If someone's looking a little shifty on screen, like you might be like, oh, do I want to buy their stuff, So I spend a lot of time cultivating the energy within me so that when I come up on screen, it's like, bam, someone wants to enter the virtual world you have created on the other side of that screen.